Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So we'll be reacting to Turning Point UK, and this one said, would woke students date a trans woman? Is that even a question? No. But there are some people that their head is touching. Apuagala, their head is touching. So they will do it.
Hi, we're in London and we're asking men whether they would date a trans woman or not. Would you date a trans woman?
Yeah.
Okay. Why?
They're women, aren't they? Yeah.
So you're saying you would
Yes.
because that, sorry if I've heard you right, that person identifies as female.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm pretty open to date anyone, but trans women are women, so I don't see any reason why not.
So that's, I guess that's the important thing that the audience wants to know about sort of anything controversial with regards to where we're at in society, is that the majority of people say trans women, i.e. born biological men, which everyone agrees on, trans women are therefore women.
Yes.
And why is that? What makes them a woman if they're born biologically male?
They identify as a woman, you know, for whatever reason. It doesn't really matter, because if they think that, if they say that they're a woman and identify as a woman, then they are a woman.
So sorry, I understand. So it's a feeling thing, it's a personality thing, it's an identity.
It's who you are.
It's biology, isn't. So if I've got it right, biology doesn't matter.
No, biology doesn't dictate who you are. No.
Okay, fine. So you would, regardless of orientation, you would date a trans woman because you see them as a man or as a woman, but because you would be open to dating a woman. Okay, I have to get my rhetoric right. You would be open to dating a woman in general.
Yes.
And you see a trans woman as a woman.
Yes.
And that's based on the fact that they identify and feel like that, and it's not to do with biology, and certainly not to do with surgery. You wouldn't be influenced whether they'd had surgery or not.
No. Yeah, it wouldn't change my mind. No.
Okay. Would you date a trans woman?
I don't think so.
Why not?
I mean, I don't think that's part of what I want to do. I think I'm just kind of like, you know, just neutral about it and just go with my own.
Could you speak up a tiny bit?
With my opposite gender, that's about it. I think that's as far as I go.
So the way that I describe a trans woman is as a biological male.
Yeah.
So if I was to be asked that question, I would say no. And I would say no for lots of reasons. One of them is that I'm not gay. Would you date a trans woman?
Yeah.
Why?
Because although they were biologically born as a male, they're still a woman because they feel like a woman. So even if they change their bodies biologically, that's how they feel. So if someone's into women, they should accept dating trans women as well. I know it can be sometimes a little bit challenging, but I think it should be something that should be more normalized. And I think it doesn't mean that you're part of like any community, and I don't think it like challenges your sexuality. And I think that's why some people think it's like not okay for them.
So I think two very important points. It wouldn't be homosexuality for a biological male to date a transgender woman.
I don't think so.
And second of all, I think one of your points was kind of around normalising it and not looking at it as stereotypical or as controversial, etc. You wouldn't have an issue with a biological heterosexual male saying no, I wouldn't. You've said you would, but you wouldn't have an issue with a heterosexual male saying no because that's a biological male.
I would respect their opinion because I know it can be like a little bit difficult for some people, but I think people have to be educated more that trans women are still women, even though if they're biologically born as a male.
So just one last point. You've mentioned a couple of times about the education piece, potentially for heterosexual males, that a trans woman is someone born a biological male is someone who identifies as a woman, and then therefore as a result of that identity, that makes them a woman.
Yeah.
Are you able to explain that or justify that?
Well,
other than of course they feel it.
Well, I mean, it's just you're born. Sometimes like your biological body does not define who you truly are. So when people transition to the other gender, it's not like they want to like change their gender. They're changing to become what they truly feel. So that's why I don't think when a heterosexual man dates a trans woman, it doesn't mean that they're homosexual or anything, because at the end of the day, that woman is still a woman.
does it matter whether they've had surgery or not? So would you date a trans woman regardless of whether they've had surgery or not? Is surgery a factor at all? Because we've spoken very much about identity and personality.
Well, I personally haven't had that experience, and I don't.
But would you then?
I truly don't know. I guess sometimes that's honestly a challenging one.
Yeah, if no surgery had happened, because obviously surgery often happens.
Yeah.
But with a trans woman, if no surgery had happened, so they're both a biological male, and they've chosen to not have surgery as well.
Well, one thing is choosing not to, and another thing is not being able to because they can't afford it.
Sure.
I think most, if not all, trans women, if they were able to transition, they would. But some people can't, and I think it's just.
But if they
you have to be.
Would that change
If
your
they
opinion?
hadn't.
Because
Well,
I'm not going to presume anyone's sexuality here. Anyone we speak to today. So if they hadn't, would you still stand by that you would
Yeah,
date a
because at the end
trans?
of the day, they're still a woman.
Because they're still a woman.
Yeah, it would be maybe a little bit more difficult, but you know, if you really love that person, you would see them for who they truly are, and not
Understood.
just their biological self.
That's great. Would you date a trans woman?
I personally wouldn't,
Why not?
because it just
Guys, the way I'm seeing all this thing is as if the fear of being called a transphobic is more powerful than their self-respect and the ability to speak openly and honestly. This generation is really, really doomed.
goes against my beliefs, and I don't feel comfortable doing that. You know,
When you say beliefs, do you mean core values or do you mean religion?
Core values, religion, and core values, I guess. Of course, like everyone's entitled to their own opinion, you know, and their own preferences. That's just my preference, you know.
And obviously, we're hearing a mixed bag. There's two answers you've given that we normally hear. That's one of them, i.e., it goes against my beliefs or it goes against my preferences. Sometimes religion's involved. If you would unpack that for us, so you've answered similarly to how I would respond if I was asked the question, because I'm heterosexual, so I wouldn't date a biological male because I'm heterosexual. Would you expand on why you wouldn't date a trans woman, so a biological male?
I wouldn't date. Well, firstly, dating is not actually something I would do. I'd go straight into marriage rather.
Sure. Let me rephrase then. Would you marry a trans woman?
Would I marry a trans woman? No.
Why?
I wouldn't do that because in my beliefs and my core values, you know, like sexual relations are supposed to be between men, biological men, and biological women.
Would you date a trans woman?
It depends on the emotional connection. Because I don't know, if it was for just the experience, I think I need the experience to be 100% sure, but in the future aspect of having a family which I is interested in, I would like to experience it, but I'm not sure if I would like to, you know, build a future with that person.
Great. Would you date a trans woman?
No, over religious beliefs, because I've got my wife anyways, so.
Oh, okay, so I'll rephrase. If you were single,
Yeah.
if you weren't married, sorry.
Nah, not any. I ain't got anything against them. I ain't got anything. They can be free whatever they like, but for religious aspects, because my religion don't follow that, and I strictly abide by that. That's why.
So when we talk about it, so the way that I define a trans woman is a biological male.
Yeah.
So when you say you wouldn't date a trans woman, is there a reason why you wouldn't? You say it's for religious beliefs, which a lot of people say.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you date a trans woman?
Just for religious beliefs, to be honest. Yeah,
Anything
that's it.
specific about that? I won't
No.
presume your religion. So
Yeah.
anything specific?
No, it's not just that. But look, at the end of the day, I'm not saying it's wrong, but either way, when you're born with a identity, a gender identity, male or female, right? And when you die on your paper, it will either be female or male. At the end of the day, it's just the in-between talks that come up as like transgender, gay, bisexual. I'm not saying anything is wrong with that either.
No, you're entitled to your
You know,
opinion.
I'm just, even if I'm entitled, I'm just saying there's nothing wrong with that, but still, like, you just got to see it in a way. That's how I see it from my own perspective. Where you die as a male or female, and you are born a male and female at the end of the day. So either way, it takes a man and a woman to procreate to make more children, more society.
You wouldn't date a biological male
No.
because
I
you are
wouldn't.
not homosexual.
Yeah.
Great.
I'm not homosexual, man. That's
Sure.
why
No, I'm just deconstructing what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm heterosexual, man. I'm straight. But other than that, no issues with transgenders. But that's my personal belief.
Sure. Thanks for that, mate.
Have a wonderful day. So.
Yeah, you too.
Kai. Like, gender identity is a belief. It's not a fact. Sex is a fact, not a belief. The law has no business transforming facts into beliefs and beliefs into facts. Like, hey, these children, they are funny when they say you need to be educated when they lack it themselves. They clearly lack it themselves because I feel these people are trapped. They were taught to accept nonsense and they don't think beyond what they were taught. My head aches for them because how can they not boldly say I am not a gay, so I won't date a transgender man or a transgender woman? I won't. Simple as short. But it's as if they are scared of something, saying and to feel as if they are confirming their beliefs is it's not fun. It's not helping them at all. How will I date a I'm just thinking about how will I date a transgender man or a transgender woman? How? If we want to go to the Ozaro Moko, how will we take them? You know go sweet, now you know go make sense. You know go you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. God. Like, I don't know why people in the Western culture, you people condone rubbish. Like, you people, jeez. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Like, watch, and subscribe to my channel, and have a wonderful day ahead. Bye bye.